Om Shanti, 7th August 20, Sakar Murli. Since sweet children, to accumulate an income on the pilgrimage of remembrance, from being in debt, go into credit, and become masters of the world. Question: what is the meaning of the company of the truth takes your boat across, and the company of falsehood sinks your boat? Answer: when you children receive the company, that is, the Father's company, your stage essence. The company of Ravan is bad company. When you take the company of Ravan, you fall. That is, he sinks your boat. Whereas the Father takes you across. Is the wonder of the that by giving you his company, you experience liberation and liberation in life in a second. This is why he is called the magician. Om Shanti. You children were sitting in remembrance. This is called the presence. Father says, do not use the word yoga. Remember the Father. He is the Father of the souls, the Supreme Father and the Purifier. Only have to remember that Purifier. The Father says, renounce all your bodily relations and remember the one Father. He said that when you die, the world is dead for you. Do not remember your bodily relations, etc., or the bodies you see. Only remember the one Father, and your sins will be burnt away. You have been sinful souls for many births. This is a world of sinful souls. The golden age is a world of charitable souls. How can you now cut away all your sins and create charity? Only by having remembrance of Father will that be accumulated. Mind and the intellect are in the soul. Therefore, you souls have to remember Baba with intellect. Father says, forget everyone else, all your friends and relatives. They all cause each other sorrow. The first sin they commit is that they use the sword of lust. What is the second sin they commit? Father, who grants everyone salvation, the one who gives you children unlimited happiness, that is, the one who makes you into masters of heaven, they call him omnipresent. School and you have to come here in order to study. Lakshmi and Narayan are your aim and objective. No one else can say this, that you now have to become pure and become masters of the pure world. It was exactly 5,000 years ago when we became the masters of the world. The deities were the masters of the world. It is such a high status. Surely it was the Father who made it like that. The Father is called the Supreme Soul. His original name is Shiva. Later, they gave him many names. For example, there is a temple in Bombay to the Lord of Thorns, Babulnath Temple. That is, he is the one who changes the forest of thorns, garden of flowers. In fact, he only has one real name, Shiv. Even when he enters this chariot of Brahma, his name is still Shiv. You must not remember this Brahma. He is a bodily being. You have to remember the bodiless one. Souls have become impure. You have to be purified. They said great soul and sinful soul. Great supreme soul is never said. One else can call himself the supreme Ishwar, that is God. It is said that a great soul is a pure soul. Sannyasi renounce everything. This is why they are called pure souls. The Father has explained that they too take rebirth. Bodily beings definitely have to take rebirth. They take birth twice and then when they grow older, they take up renunciation. Deities do not do that. They are ever pure. Father is now changing you from devils into deities. This is why, imbibing divine virtue, will become those who belong to the deity community lives in the golden age, whereas the devilish community lives in the iron age. It is now the confluence age. I have now found the Father. He says you definitely now have to belong to the deity once again. I have come here in order to belong to those of the deity community have limitless happiness. This world is called violent. Deities are non-violent. Father says, sweetest spiritual children, remember the Father. All of your gurus are also bodily souls now have to remember the Father, the Supreme Soul. You will receive happiness when you become charitable souls, become sinful souls while taking 84 births. You are now accumulating charity, committing sins, power of yoga. It is by going on this pilgrimage of remembrance that you become the masters of the world. You certainly are the masters of the world. Where did you go then? Father tells you this as well. You took 84 births and became part of the dynasty and then the moon dynasty. He said that God gives the fruit of your devotion. No bodily being can be called God. He is incorporeal Shiva. People celebrate the birth of Shiva and so he must surely have come. However, he says, I do not take birth in the way that you do. I have to take a body of my own. I do not have a body of my own. I did have a name. The name Brahma belongs to this one. It was when this one took up renunciation that he was given the name Brahma by Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. Otherwise, where did Brahma come from? Brahma is the son of Shiv. Shiv Baba enters his son Brahma and gives you this knowledge. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are his children. All the children of the incorporeal Father are also incorporeal. Souls come down and adopt bodies to play their parts. Father says, I come in order to purify the impure. I take this body on loan. It is God Shiv who speaks. Sri Krishna cannot be called God. There is only the one God. The praise of Sri Krishna is totally separate. First number deities are Radhe and Krishna, and after their marriage, they then become Lakshmi and Narayan. However, no one knows this. No one knows about Radhe and Krishna or where they Radhe and Krishna become Lakshmi and Narayan after marriage. Each is a child of a separate emperor. There is no trace of impurity there because Ravan, form of vice, does not exist there. It is the kingdom of Ram that is God. Now, Father says to you souls, remember me and your sins will be cut away. You were Satu Pradhan and you have now become Tamu Pradhan. You have gone into laws and so you now have it. God is also called the businessman. Very few are able to do business with him. He is also called the magician. The wonder he performs is that he grants salvation to the whole world. He grants everyone liberation and liberation in life. This is an act magic. Human beings cannot grant salvation to human beings. I have been doing devotion for 63 births. Did anyone receive salvation by doing devotion? Was there anyone who grant salvation? It was not possible. Not a single one was able to return home. Only the unlimited Father comes and takes everyone back home. There are many kings in the INA, very few who rule there. All the rest of the souls go into liberation, whereas you go into liberation in life via the land of liberation. The cycle continues to turn. Souls have now been shown the cycle of the world, the creator and beginning. middle, and end of creation. It is you who become Narayan from ordinary human beings through this knowledge. Once the kingdom of deities has been established, there is no need for this knowledge. God gives you devotees the free of your devotion, happiness for half a cycle. Then sorrow begins in the Ravan. You gradually continue to come down the ladder. You are in the golden age, you have to come down the ladder with each day that passes. You become 16 celestial degrees full and then continue to come down the ladder. As each second ticks away, you continue to come down. Time continues to pass, and this is where you have reached. There, too, time will continue to pass in the same way. Climb up the ladder instantly, and we climb down the ladder as slowly as a lance. Father says, I am the one who grants salvation to everyone. Kings cannot grant salvation to kings because they are born through vice and are therefore impure. In fact, only Sri Krishna can be called a true Mahatma, that is, great soul. Those Mahatmas here take birth through vice and take up renunciation, whereas there they are deities and deities is pure. They don't have any vices. That world is called a viceless world, whereas this world is called a vicious world where there is no purity. Their behavior is very bad. Behavior of the deity is very good. Everyone says namaste to them. Their characters are very good, which is why pure human beings bow their heads in front of the pure deity idols. There is now so much fighting and quarreling right now, a great deal of chaos. There is not even enough space for people to live in now. Want to reduce the population task belongs to the mother alone. There are very few human beings in the golden age. All the bodies will be burnt and all the souls will return to the sweetest home. Everyone definitely experiences punishment twice. Those who make full effort and deeds of the rosary of victory are liberated from punishment. The rosary is not only of one. The one made them like that is represented by the flower that is tassel. Then there is the dual bead presence household part. The rosary is of couples. There is no rosary of singles. There is no rosary of sannyasis. They belong to the path of isolation. They cannot give this knowledge to those on the household path. Their renunciation for pure is limited. They are Hatha yogis, whereas this is Rajyoga. The Father is teaching you Rajyoga to enable you to claim a kingdom. Father comes every 5,000 years. You rule in happiness for half a cycle and you then gradually become unhappy in the kingdom of Ravan. This is called a play of happiness and sorrow. Pandavas are made victorious. You are now guides. You lead others on the pilgrimage of returning. Human beings have been going on those pilgrimages for birth after birth. Your pilgrimage is now that of return home. Father comes and shows everyone the path of liberation and liberation in life. You will go into liberation in life and all the rest will go to liberation. After the cries of distress, there will be the cries of victory. It is now the end of the Iron Age. Many calamities are to come. At that time, you will not be able to stay on remembrance because there will be a great deal of chaos. Therefore, the Father says, continue to increase your pilgrimage of remembrance now so that your sins can be burnt away and you can accumulate for yourself. At least become Satupradhan. The Father says, I come at the auspicious confluence age of every cycle. This is the very small age of Brahmins. The top note is the symbol of you Brahmins. Some Brahmins, deities, warriors, merchants. This cycle continues to turn. Span of you Brahmins is very small. The Father comes during this short age to teach you. You are his children and his students as well as his followers. You all belong to the one. There is no human being who can be the father or the teacher to give you these teachings, to give you this knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end of the world, or the one who takes you back with him. There cannot be such a human being. Now, understand these aspects. Initially, in the golden age, the tree is very small. Everyone else will have gone to the land of peace. The Father is called the bestower of salvation for all. They call out to the Father, O purifier Baba, come. On the other hand, they say that God is in the pebbles and stones and in the cats and dogs. They insult the unlimited Father. They defame the Father, the one who makes them into masters of the world. This is called being influenced by the bad company of Ravan. The company of the takes your boat across, the company of falsehood makes your sink. You begin to fall when the kingdom of Ravan begins. Father comes and makes your stage ascend. The Father comes and changes you from into deity. Therefore, there is benefit for everyone in this. Almost everyone is now here, and all of those who still remain up there will come down. All those souls who are still in come down. You will continue to pass your examination number wise. It's called a spiritual college. Spiritual father comes to teach spiritual. Then, when the kingdom of Ravan comes, you change your bodies and impure kings and begin to heads into pure deity idols. It is souls that become pure and impure. When souls are impure, they receive pure bodies. When alloy is mixed into pure gold, the ornament made from that also has alloy. Now, how can that alloy be removed from souls? The fire of yoga is indeed through which your sins can be absolved. These alloys of silver, copper, and iron have been mixed into souls. Souls were real gold. They have now become artificial. How can that alloy be removed? This is the fire of yoga. You are sitting on the fire of yoga. Previously, you were sitting on the fire of dust. The Father sits you on the fire of His knowledge. One other than the Father, the ocean of knowledge can sit you on the fire of this knowledge. Human beings continue to perform a great deal of worship on the path of devotion, but they don't know any of those they worship. Have now come to know them. When you all become deities, every aspect of ends. The path of devotion begins when the Ravan begins. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children. Love, remembrance, good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste. The spiritual children to say Namaste to the spiritual father. For dharana, first, in order to be freed from punishment, make effort to become a bead of the victory. Spiritual guide and lead everyone on the pilgrimage to the land of. Second, become free from all sin by gradually increasing your pilgrimage of remembrance. Make your soul real gold with the fire of yoga and become sattva. Blessing. May you be an intense effort maker and remain constantly ever ready by considering every moment or final moment. Explanation. There is no guarantee about your final moment, and so you must consider every moment and remain ever ready. To be ever ready means to be an intense effort maker. Do not think that destruction will take some time, that you will be ready by then. Every moment can be the final moment, and so when you remain constantly free from attachment, free from sinful and wasteful thoughts, you will then be said to be ever ready. Third, what task still remains? Let your stage remain constantly beyond, and whatever happens will then be good. Slogan. Take the law into your own hands is to have a trace of anger. Acha? Shanti.